Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2017 mid-month readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers who may be with us for the first time. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and for all your wonderful support, feedback, and comments. You guys are brilliant. Keep them coming. Thank you also to my regular clients for being so consistent in your feedback on how our readings play out in your lives. I love getting updates from my clients. It keeps me in the loop of the unfolding chapters of your lives. So thank you very much for being so consistent with that. And just a general thank you to those of you who keep me so busy with personal one-on-one readings. As I always say, and I always mean, it's a pleasure and an honor and a blessing to be able to read for you. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to do so and the trust you place in me to interpret and intuit the cards for you. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the About or Description button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information, and my email address, which is maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do a variety of readings, and I do readings full-time 6 days a week. It is what I do. So turnaround time, my hair driving me crazy. Turnaround time is pretty quick. I'm usually able to get back with you in the same day and set up a reading anywhere between a few days, upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time. We can set up a reading for you live or recorded. I do a variety of different readings. So if you're interested, email me. We'll go from there. So remember that these are general readings. They're not going to mean the same thing to the same degree for everyone watching. How could they? There's thousands of you watching, which is exactly why we ask you to watch your rising and your moon sign videos as well, if you know them and if you can. Doing that will give you additional insight and clarification. You may find that some months and some readings that one of your other signs plays out a little more predictably for you than, say, your primary sun sign. So try to watch all three if you can. These readings are oriented for the last half of July 2017, time being fluid, of course. I am recording these in the first half of July. I will be pulling 2 cards for each of the remaining 2 weeks of July, with an additional 5th card from the bottom of the deck for overall energy and guidance. So let's get into this. This reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius for the last half of July 2017, July 2017 mid-month for Sagittarius. The fire sign of Sagittarius, my happy, fun-loving Sagittarians. July 2017 mid-month for Sagittarius. Okay, Sag, we begin with the Devil, followed by the Two of Pentacles. After that, we have the Ace of Cups, followed by the Two of Wands. Okay. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is the Six of Swords. So there's some up and down energy, Sagittarius. Looks like a decision. You may be going back and forth between 2 different things. Could be 2 different people for some of you. And needing to make a choice, a decision as well. So we find ourselves around the middle of July 2017, time being somewhat fluid, as I always say, with the Devil, followed by the Two of Pentacles. So the Devil is a major arcana card. Energies of God, Spirit, your angels, and guides, or significant, profound energy or advice. The Devil is a card that fundamentally represents imbalance, temptations, extremes, obsessions. It can represent unhealthy relationships, too much power and control issues, obsessiveness, neediness, compulsiveness, clinginess. It can represent addictions, conventional addictions, drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, shopping, etc. It can represent strong temptations, going to extremes, going from one end of the spectrum to the other. Fundamentally, imbalance, things being out of whack, the scales being uneven. Now, it's a accompanied by the Two of Pentacles. Here we have Earth energy, which is the element which governs the Suit of Pentacles. And in the tarot, the Suit of Pentacles often represents things in the earthly, tangible world that we live in, things we can see and touch and feel, often things like money, finances, property, resources, assets, etc. But as with all cards, you can translate it into other areas of your life: spirituality, relationships, tangible efforts of tangible results from the efforts we put into things, continuity, stability, etc. The Two of Pentacles is a card of juggling multiple things. This could be needing to going back and forth between two people, two jobs. It can represent being very busy, but doing it successfully. He is keeping these pentacles in the air, although it's taking a lot of very intense focus and concentration and effort. So going back and forth between two things, it can represent needing to make a choice between two things, which is where I think fundamentally this up and down energy is coming from. For some of you, it may just be going from one extreme to another, kind of a feast or famine energy. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's trying to make a decision between two people in terms of relationships. It could be between two jobs, or staying or perhaps leaving for another offer or opportunity. It could represent trying to bring deal with an addiction, deal with perhaps a rather overwhelming temptation of some kind. What it is in terms of the specifics is going to vary from person to person. Sometimes for some of you, this may fall under career, job, work umbrella. For others of you, I think for a lot of you, this is in the relationship sector of your life. I feel like a lot of you are struggling to make a decision that will end imbalance and bring balance back into your life. And I feel like for some of you, you know which might be the better or healthier or more positive choice for you. But the other choice holds the energy of this Devil card, and it's kind of a strong pull for you. Your overall energy and guidance is the Six of Swords, which is peace and healing, moving away from an imbalanced, turbulent time in your life. So, of course, the advice from Spirit, it's a no-brainer here, is to go with the healthiest choice. Now, first, for a lot of you, this is going to be in the relationship sector of your life, but for others of you, it could represent choosing between two other things, or trying to decide which choice, which path you want to take. Let me get this off my screen. So around the last week or so of July 2017, we have the Ace of Cups followed by the Two of Wands. So Cups is water energy, which is the element which governs the suit. And in the tarot, the Suit of Cups is about that watery, mercurial world of feelings, our emotional landscape. It's also the suit that deals with relationships, all different types of relationships. Aces represent the number one, the start of something new, a new beginning, a new path, which holds a lot of potential if it's nurtured, taken care of, and followed through with. Otherwise, aces can just fizzle out as new ideas, new starts, which never really end up going anywhere because they're not followed through with or even acted upon. So the Ace of Cups can represent a new emotional awakening, something which makes you happy, and holds the promise and potential of making you even happier as it continues to manifest and unfold. This can represent new love, new relationships, meeting somebody new. In an already established relationship, this can represent kind of the spark coming back in, reconnecting, new emotional awakenings within that relationship as well. It's accompanied by the Two of Wands. Here we have fire energy, which is the element which governs the Suit of Wands. And in the tarot, this is a suit which often can point towards things like career, artistic, creative endeavors, because it's fire energy, which is creative energy, building and manifesting energy. It's a very dynamic, fluid, action-oriented suit. The Two of Wands represents being at a crossroads and needing to make a choice, and it's right beside the Two of Pentacles here. Duality, crossroads, needing to make a decision. The key to choosing the right path in the Two of Wands is in long-term thinking and planning, looking down the road. That's going to make the choice or the path which you need to take more clear. Looking down the road, what's my long-term goal? What's my long-term vision? Where do I eventually want to end up in this situation or in this area of my life? And and it makes which path to choose more clear. For example, if this reading resonates for you in the relationship area of your life, are you in a relationship already? If you are, looking down the road, where do you want this relationship to go? What's your ultimate kind of relationship hopes and goals and dreams? Is the relationship you're in or the one that you potentially could be making a choice between? Which one will actually move you towards that long-term goal? If the relationship that you're in, you know realistically in your heart of hearts, is not going to end up as the kind of relationship that you feel that you want and that you need, well, then you have decisions to make, and the choice becomes more clear for you. In terms of, juggling between one job offer or another, or do I stay with this current job and turn down this offer, or vice versa? Again, same thing. Looking down the road, what's your long-term goals? Where do you eventually want to end up if you're already in a job? What's your eventual goals, and does the job that you're in have the potential to move you closer to that goal, and so you can eventually reach that goal? If not, then it makes the path more clear. So for some of you, you may be going back and forth between trying to choose between two people. You may already be in an established relationship, and perhaps in the month of July or the last half of July, you meet someone new love and romance, and you're very attracted to them, or they hold some kind of draw for you. And one of the things you're wondering is this the one? Could this potentially, does this potential relationship or connection hold the potential of ending up as the kind of relationship I truly feel like I want and need to be in? For some of you, I'm getting that for some of you, you have a connection with someone, and you may be dating somebody else or in a relationship with somebody else, but you're drawn to somebody that you've been involved with in the past. It's kind of a back and forth energy. I feel like for a lot of you, this relationship connection and energy it's almost addictive. It's like this huge temptation. There may be a lot of passion, desire, sparks between the two of you. And even though it may not be the healthiest of relationships, or you know deep down your intuition tells you it can't end up to be the kind of relationship you really want to be in or end up in, you still keep going back and forth to it because it holds this kind of pull, this magnetism for you somehow, even though you know it's not the healthier choice. You have another choice in front of you. The specifics of this are going to vary depending on who's watching this, but the energy, as I always say, fundamentally remains the same. You're trying to make a decision between two things, two people, two situations, two job offers or career paths, between one thing or another. I feel like intuitively you know which is the better, more positive, or healthier path for you, one that fits more in terms of your long-term goals and plans, which maybe there's something new coming in, which represents a new emotional awakenings for you, perhaps new love and romance, or a renewal in an already currently established relationship, but there's still this kind of pull back to something else. And I feel like that's something else for a lot of you, whether it's a person or an old situation or just staying in a job that you're maybe isn't the best or isn't moving you towards where you want to go, but it does have a certain stability to it. I feel like intuitively, and if you touch base with your intuition and look down the road at your long-term goals, you'll know which path to choose. It's about overcoming this pull towards the other thing, because I feel like inherently, whether it's relationship or work or something else, it's inherently not best for you. It's not healthy, or at the very least, it's not going to move you towards that long-term goal where you really want to end up in, and you need to move out of that situation. So it's kind of like that's what you're dealing with and going back and forth with, and hopefully there'll be a resolution or a resolving of this by the end of July. You'll make that decision and choose that path which is best for you, and move through a healing process, moving away from that which is not balanced for you, unhealthy for you, because there needs to be a healing. And you may already be in process of doing that, but it's just very difficult for you. So overall, your overall energy and guidance is the Six of Swords, which is a card of peace, restoration, and healing. It's a card, if you could see the water behind the boat, it would be very choppy and wavy and turbulent. And she's moving out of that into more peaceful, placid waters. It's a more quiet, somber card. You're definitively leaving something behind, but you're moving away from imbalance, from an unhealthy situation or relationship or job, something which is better for you. Or there's this is strong advice that you need to be in this healing process. And if you're already in process of this and you're still having a hard time kind of being drawn back or being tempted back to whatever it is, which either isn't healthy for you or isn't going to work out for you in the long run, the Six of Swords says that the worst is behind you. You're not quite to the other shore yet, but you are definitely moving towards that. So keep having hope and faith. It's moving through the healing process for those of you who have already made this decision but are still struggling with being pulled back towards something which is not all that great for you. For those of you who haven't made the decision yet, you're still going back and forth. Touch base with your intuition in terms of being able to have something new and beautiful and lovely begin and start and grow for you, something that will get you on the road towards where you eventually want to be. There needs to be a dealing with this, a separation from what is not working for you so that you can begin and move through this healing process. Sagittarius. So just trying to make sure I'm getting all the messages there. So Sagittarius, that pretty much wraps up your July 2017 mid-month reading. I hope that it has been helpful to you, that it's given you a little bit of insight, guidance, or food for thought at least in how to navigate through this. It looks like things are going to be kind of coming to a head for you in the last half of July, and all blessings and strength to you in making the right decision, the best and healthiest decision for yourself. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal, specifically tailored for you reading with me, you can click on the About or Description button on my YouTube channel's homepage for more information, and my email address, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the August general readings, and until then, as always, Sagittarius, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.